Kama hujapata jezi by now, wewe uko kwa top 10. And there's a lot that has been happening in the football world. From Harambee Stars being knocked off, Tanzania, our neighbors, who we are always partners in crime, even in matters football. We were kicked out, but we have our head held high, knowing that at least vijana wamepata experience. We hope that they'll do better in the AFCON qualifiers that are coming up next month. And we hope that at least hiyo mood ilikuwa with the CHAN competition, the football and sporting world in general, will continue being propagated, and maybe we improve our football levels. At least we compete with EPL or England. World Cup, here we come. Anyway, football in the EPL has just been a craze from the strikers who've been doing really, really good jobs, from Itikite, Richarlison, Arsenal striker Victor Gyökeres, among others. They showed that, hey, we've come here and we mean business. And for me, I'm seeing that teams are going to really face problems, especially with a player like Itikite. People thought that, hey, he might be tall, he won't have the control that he always has. But the boy looks neat. He seems not to have pressure while holding the ball. Too quick, good ball control, and able to make space for others. I'm seeing him playing a very nice role at Liverpool, where maybe they don't need Isak because he can play as a target man. He can play as a false nine. He can hold the ball and give it to the wingers, release the likes of Salah. So I'm feeling that Liverpool are better with him. Well, he's played at the wide position, but seems akiwa hapo katikati, at the center of it, at the number 9 position, he still seems to be doing a good job. And remember some of the players someone like Henry talks about how he used to be a winger, how he used to be a striker and then was turned to a winger. Mighty Itikite now becoming a full-time striker, where he will just be moved out of the wing to play as the central striker. We just don't know. I've also been scared about how Richarlison is playing. He's really playing well, especially with how they destroyed Man City. Man City were on the receiving edge of Tottenham. And Tottenham actually seems set to be destroying teams. And I'm really hoping that they have a strong campaign. Of course, not a better one than Arsenal, because as an Arsenal fan, I think right now we have the best squad that we can ever have, or that we could ever get since the Invincibles. This is the most complete squad. This is a squad that can face any side in the world. You remember the first game where Arsenal won 1-0 against Man U? You could tell definitely that this team was not playing to their best. There was no a certain rhythm. They were not there. Typically, a few years ago, that was a game that we should have lost. By the way, do you remember the 8-2 humbling at the Old Trafford? If you remember that, then you are an Arsenal fan. You've been through tough times. Tough times have been there. And when we see ourselves going at our lowest moments, where we are not giving our best game, but we are able to grind out wins, as with the Man U game, then that gives you joy to go to the next game and destroy a team 5-0 without having to compromise on the teams. Because even if you have 10 goals in one game, they only mean 3 points. So what we need more is to concentrate on the wins, concentrate on getting the maximum number of points from every game. And I feel that right now we are doing that. We have a formidable squad, and Eze is here. I mean, Eze is here, and if there's one man who can tell you that no matter what comes your way, never give up on your dreams. Over 15 years later, he's united with the Arsenal team. And it's actually said that when he got out of the Arsenal academy and he had to look for some other option, his mother told him, I'll pray that one day Arsenal will need you, you'll go back. He's had his boyhood shirts, the Arsenal jerseys that the mother has been keeping for him. So for the boy, it was a dream come true. And just imagine, this signing was hijacked from Tottenham. Still, even as we are talking right now, there's another signing that has been hijacked from Tottenham by Arsenal again. Piero Hincapié is also coming to join Arsenal as a defender. He's coming from the Bundesliga. And, well, Eze, with the case of Eze, we might say that, oh, Arsenal did Tote bad. But the fact that Eze actually called Arteta and asked him, ain't it possible? Why would I be going to play for Tottenham and you guys had asked for my services? Can't you make this happen? He's told, we'll get back to you. And that's how his dream to play for Arsenal came true. This time, when he's mature, when he's of age, when he has the number 10 shirt. Piero Hincapié from the Bundesliga is coming at the expense of Tottenham. By the way, yes, I understand that Tottenham are but in as much as Tottenham are why does Arsenal seem to take it personal, man? These things seems personal. Like 2 years ago, you guys failed to beat Man City for us. Did we have to take it so personal? Mikel Arteta, Andrea Bata, you guys, bana, you are making the life of Tottenham difficult. Anyway, one man's meat is another man's poison. And so, Tottenham's heartbreak is our celebration. And one thing I would really have to say is that right now, Arsenal does not have an excuse. And being a person who loves football and loves sport, and not only for the Arsenal fans, but I would say that in as much as Arteta has not won any significant trophies apart from the FA trophy that he won during his first season with Arsenal, at least there are some promises that he made and he's been able to fulfill. When Arteta joined Arsenal, he didn't promise to win any trophies, but of course you don't know what will happen tomorrow. And I think, yes, there's the pressure of winning trophies, but there are few things that he promised. One, he promised to build a winning culture and identity. He said that we need to have a clear identity, have a winning culture, show that there was higher energy, build a strong culture that could sustain success, and emphasize on a first team mentality, accountability, emotional intelligence, among others. And while he was talking about this, he said that there will be standards, there will be levels, there will be standards that will be non-negotiable. And because of those non-negotiable standards, we saw the exit of big names like Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang, Lacazette, among others. There was a complete overhaul of that team just because he felt that first team mentality, discipline, accountability, emotional intelligence were things that had lacked in the Arsenal club. He also said that Arsenal would get back to competing for the top trophies. Remember when he was coming, we were not even playing in the Champions League. I think even in the Europa League, sometimes we wouldn't qualify. But right now, second finishes for 3 consecutive times. We are there. We are smelling. A semi-final in the Champions League. Ain't we almost there? Ain't we competing? Ain't we getting better by the day? Now, let's see whether he will end the Premier League title drought after those second place finishes that he's done in the recent second. He also promised to strengthen the squad and foster more talent from the academy. Bukayo Saka, of course, had started emerging from the team, but now he's like the cornerstone of the team. He's a key figure, an influential figure. From the likes of Bukayo Saka, we've seen Ethan Nwaneri, Lewis Kelly, all joining up the ranks of the first team and playing so well. Max Donman is also another talent that seems to be headed for greatness. 15 years, but he was able to get in to get a penalty and Gyökeres was able to convert such. So that tells you that this team is just ready from a balance of experience, depth, young talents that are going to change the football that Arsenal plays. I'm just excited. And then, of course, Arteta promised that he would engage the fan base. He wanted a team that would have a connection with the fans, and it would feel special to watch a game at the Emirates. I believe Liverpool has always had the best atmosphere. When you go to Anfield Stadium and you're playing there, the opposition knows that there's something coming. There's something coming. Ask Barcelona during the Champions League what happened. Anything can change. And not only Barcelona, Man City suffered there. Arsenal, we've suffered at Anfield. And sometimes it's always the 13th man that pushes you, the crowd. But in as much as the crowd is pushing you, they don't want you to play some mediocre football. Because if you're playing bad football, then why am I supporting you? Why do I feel the urge to keep backing you? And that was a question that Arteta has answered. Good, attractive and tantalizing football will attract fans and help them keep engaged. And right now, most Arsenal fans at least feel good. I remember that there were times when you would watch how helpless Arsenal was, sipping 5 goals like it was something usual. With defenders who you are sure, this is Mustafi, he can't defend this no matter what, no matter how much. This is Debuchy. Debuchy is a bit weak. Just imagine from the likes of Mustafi to the likes of Saliba. Arsenal, we deserve it. We've been through dark days, as Raila Amolo Odinga would put it. So we don't wish to go back to the days of Mustafi. We look forward to more Salibas and Gabriels. And we hope we'll continue winning. I'm feeling that as long as the squad is strong, there's proper competition, and we're able to grind out results, then we're almost there. Last but not least was a long-term vision and a continuous improvement. The art of Kaizen, always making sure that you're getting somewhere. With the more than 6 years at the helm of Arsenal, we can see what consistency has paid off. If you've never learned the value of consistency, even if you don't watch football, watch how Arteta has grown and how he's grown his team. I feel that right now, Arsenal have no excuse. I'm seeing a winning team, a strong culture, a team that can compete for major trophies, that can play almost any other football team. Name one football team that won't be scared of facing Arsenal in the world. Just name one. The strong is just good enough. There's a mixture of young talent versus experience. And there's a connection with the fans. The fans feel hopeful. We're just happy. Arsenal fans, bwana. Let us enjoy. Anyway, match day 3 is coming. And we really hope that Arsenal will tear. I believe the biggest game of the weekend should be Liverpool versus Arsenal. That game should be scheduled on Sunday. And as an Arsenal fan, I hope we can go to Anfield and collect all the 3 points. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy, but I believe we have what it takes. We have all it takes to beat Liverpool, although Liverpool are still clinical, especially with the kind of display that Liverpool showed against Newcastle. If we hold our ground, or we just go play dirty football like we did at Man U, then have long balls to Gyökeres because it seems that it can destroy a high line. I don't know how he'll perform against proper defenders like Van Dijk. Well, Van Dijk, miaka imeanza kusonga, we can't say that he has the gas that he used to a few years ago. He won't run as much. Years are catching up with him. But however, he has the experience of playing and defending against the best of the best strikers. So it will be a case of testing Gyökeres whether he's ready for the Premier League or not.